Matt, don't tell me you changed your tone on this Colorado retirement thing.
Here you go. Here you go.
Change my tone, which means
since you left my show and you went to your show. Did you change your tone? I'm hearing rumors.
I got way more information on what actually happened. So, all right. So,
break it down.
I talked to Westbrook and Cordell for a long time about this after your show, I think the day after. And Westbrook called Prime right after we got off the phone because they were hot. And, I'm trying to like get all the information and, gave my opinion, yada, yada, yada. And so he called Prime, and Prime, said that this was Rick George's idea. And Rick came to him 8 months ago about this and talked to him about it. And then Prime was reluctant to do it at first, but then, of course, Travis won the Heisman. That's a no-brainer. I don't know how you can even debate whether he should be retired. And Shedeur won the Maxwell and the Johnny Unitas, the first time that's ever been done. So he decided to do it now. And Westbrook was like, yo, why the timing? There's so many other guys that should be retired, yada, yada, yada. Which isn't on Prime, by the way. He wasn't the coach then. I don't know why he's responsible for that. And Prime said to him straight, look, if you would have been playing for me at that time, your jersey would have been retired this fast too. Why do I have to wait around just because it hasn't been done like this doesn't mean we can't do it like this. So once again, Coach Prime is setting the tone. And I look, both of them, Travis especially, are retireable. Should Rick George have thought about this a little bit more from a perspective of history, considering he was there when they won the national title and was part of those teams on the administrative side. I think he was the assistant athletic director. I would think he would have a little bit more foresight on this. Rick's a smart dude, and I love Rick to death, but you had to see this coming. If you press it like this is what's going to happen. The past is going to come back up. The other guys are going to wonder why, and they have every right to. It shouldn't splinter the fan base the way it did. It's not, the ex-players are not bad guys. They just want to know what's going on. And after I got this information, after Cordell got it, after Mike got it, and everybody I've talked to about it since that all played, Hannibal Navies was on my show Wednesday. I told him on the show his tone completely changed. I got Chad Brown on today at 1 with Bailey and I. See what he has to say about it. He's been very outspoken. It's not that my tone has changed. I just now see it from his perspective after having the conversation, which is all it needed. It just needed a talk. So should they make this right by retiring numbers? Maybe. I think personally retired numbers now are pretty ridiculous after really thinking about this. We're going to run out of numbers. College teams shouldn't be retiring numbers. It should be if you're going to wear number 8, okay, Hannibal wore number 8, Salvo Wesley wore number 8. Hang it up and put a fucking patch on your jersey. Sal Alessi, number 8. Bam. So you feel the standard of the number. You feel the standard of 94, of 1. Of Darian Hagan's 3, of Cordell Stewart's 10, of Travis Hunter's 12, of Rashawn's 19, of Deion Figures and Shedeur Sanders 2, and Hugh Charles and all these other ballers. So I hope that I hope that everybody can understand this. What Mike and Cordell and I and others tried to do was go straight to the source, figure it out, talk like men, and move forward. That's what everybody in Buffalo country needs to do, man. People are mad at each other over this shit, over a difference of opinion and the way it hasn't been done in the past and the way it's being done now in the new future of college football, which Coach Prime consistently is rewriting the way things are done. And people don't like it. And this is another circumstance of that. So after having all of the information, should they retire the old guys' numbers? Yes. Why wasn't it brought up before? Yada, yada, yada. I hear a lot of that. It was never proposed like this, but when Rashawn's number was retired, he had just passed. It made sense. It was 20 years. It wasn't even a question. So this is the first time it's ever been done. That's why it's being brought up like this. So there was a process that we as players didn't even know, and nobody knew if you would ever get your number retired, and it was never really talked about. It's not really talked about. It's not talked about at Ball State. People don't talk about that shit. It just kind of happens. Now, if this is going to change and they're going to put a real Ring of Fame in, because on the east side or on the west side of the stadium is all the unanimous consensus All-Americans and award winners. And on the west side of the stadium, there's now 6 names, and Travis and Shedeur, 2 of them. So if we're going to do a real Ring of Fame, well, hell, this is an opportunity to bring back guys and put them in the Ring of Fame and celebrate. This is supposed to be a good thing in the long run. It's not supposed to be this decisive from a national media perspective to everyone's opinions. I think the timing is really what set this off. People got pissed off. It happened too fast. And then, Coach Prime yesterday in his own press conference kind of saying, and I'm just going to say this, and I'm not going to give my opinion on it, but when he says, everybody knows this is just about Shedeur. If his last name wasn't Sanders, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Well, you can take that however you want to take it.
Yeah. That's the point. I think that's what we're. But anyway, that's the whole other thing. So you and I.
I think his number should be retired, but I also think that it could have waited and they could have done this 10 years from now. I don't know the process though. Yeah. And apparently there is no process. There are no rules. And Rick George and Coach Prime came together, and we're rolling.
You and I shared. We talked about it because we have common friends, obviously. So the couple guys that I talked to out here on the West Coast that are legends there are not happy still as of last night. They're calling bullshit, and I'm with them. I'm calling bullshit too because here's the reason.
I can see that.
And because it only
I see it from both sides, bro. 100%.
Yeah. It only like appeases the guys to go talk to them like men, like you just stated, when it benefits you. So what does Deion Figures do? He goes in and has a grown man conversation for what? You got fucked. Deion Figures got fucked. Number 2's gone forever. Like what grown man conversation can Deion Figures have to come out there with an agreement?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
I know. I'm not saying this on you. I'm just saying I'm just granting. That's my take. That's my take. Like Deion Figures got fucked here, and there's no get back from that. Number 1, number 2, like Darian and all these other guys are like, hold up, dog. Like this is a full-on cover-up for Deion Sanders. Like Rick George is going to come out, of course, and protect the cash cow. Like that's only common sense. Like if you just said it was on Deion, then come on. You know how much hate Matt McChesney just fucking took on social media when he went against the fucking regime the other day? And you imagine Deion? If somebody went against Deion like that? Like, come on, man. I'm just saying, like, this shit's I smell a lot of bullshit in this one. I just think it's a cover-up for Deion to as the cash cow. Rightfully so, though. Rightfully so.
Let me ask this question. Why? And this is something that I haven't had answered, and I don't know the answer to it, man. I don't know. I'm in the middle of this. Like I think both guys should be retired. I think the other guys should be retired. I think there's a lot of good players that should be retired. We don't want numbers to Colorado. Let's retire everyone. We're the numberless school.
No numbers. It's fucking.
Why is it being rushed? Why?
That's my
biggest thing.
Why? That's my only question. Why are we? And okay, maybe rushing it is the wrong word, because I'm sure if I were to pose that question to Coach Prime, and I've asked him to come back on my show. He was on last year. I went to Boulder and interviewed him. I'm trying to get him on after the spring game and see if he'll do it again. We'll see. But the question I would ask is why? And this man, knowing the way that jerseys are retired everywhere, it's almost like an unwritten rule, like the unwritten rules of baseball and hockey and basketball and all this shit, right? This is like an unwritten rule. Like you don't just turn around and immediately retire people's numbers. At least that hasn't been the way it's been done in the past.
That's why.
So if you want to like calm down all the old heads, I guess, why? And that's the question I would ask.
That's what everybody's asking.
And I'm sure he would give me a very articulate, good fucking answer because he usually has one.
I'm curious on how Chad responds because I've also heard some things too. Like, I don't think he's very happy either. I'm curious to see how he responds on your show today. I can't wait.
Yeah, CB's on today at 1, and he's not very happy, and I'm eager to talk to him about it. Yeah.
Make sure you guys, all SoCal natives we're talking about right now, in Deion Figures, Darian Hagan, and Chad Brown. Let me ask you something. So now here's the irony of it all, and this is why I call bullshit. So now that Rick George has said it's okay, he did it. Now it's okay. That's the irony of this whole thing, and this is the facts that these guys have made, which makes it even more pissed off. Like, everyone's like, we're calling out Deion yesterday for doing it, so we're making up and it's allegedly, if he leaves early, his kid and Travis is in now, blah blah blah. We're coming up with all these scenarios, whatever, conspiracies, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, it's like shit's getting thrown all over the place.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, it's Rick George's issue. He said it. He approved it. He did it. And now everything's okay? Nah, homie. Like, this smells like bullshit. And I'm gonna be honest, that's just me coming outside. I'm not even invested like Matt. Matt's an alum. He could have any fucking opinion he wants. Rightfully so, he should. And all the Twitter.
I had an opinion the other day, and then I got different information. And I'm kind of like sitting back at this point and just going, okay, y'all tell me how I'm supposed to feel. I'm just going.
Hey, I had guys reach out to me like, hey, man, is Matt cool? Matt okay? Like, Weddle and shit. Like, seriously, because the Twitter fucking prime sexuals came at you, and it's so fucking funny because every single prime sexual, by the way, there's not one from Boulder. They're from fucking Miami and Georgia and Florida. And like, come on, homie. That's the epitome and definition of a prime sexual. They're not Boulder, Colorado fans coming at Matt. That's the funny part about this. That's why it's so fucking. That's why it's bullshit, though, to me. Like, listen, I'm just the neutral guy in this, but I just have people that are friends of mine that are like, nah, fuck this. Like, this is bullshit. And you're not getting Deion Figures' number back. It don't matter how many grown men talks we have. You fuck me.
Yep. So I personally hope that they don't do the number retirement. I hope that they do the weight of the number, like, and put decals on the fucking jerseys and however they do it on the jerseys. Those little logo sewn in things. Clemson does that with a lot of their, I'm pretty sure, with like CJ Spiller's number and a couple other guys that are retired. So, look, this situation, again, has shown the weakness of one of the weaknesses that destroys things from within. The inability to heal from within. Prime thinking that the fan base is mad at him and sparking something, or us against Rick, or us against Coach, or us against us. It's all black and gold, baby. We're all we're in a much better position than we've ever been in the past. But you can't ignore the past either. There is a past, a good one and a bad one. So everybody, I hope that we can figure out a way to come together off of all this shit, because no one's saying that they shouldn't be retired. People are just asking questions, and it hasn't been done like this in the past. And football people have the right to question football people. That's the way this works, bro. So, it seems to me like people love, like, there's a lot of people that feed off this shit too, bro. They love this, like, bickering, Real Housewives of Boulder bullshit that's going on here on the internet.
Let me, can you clarify the last name take on Shedeur getting in? Because I'm confused, because I thought that's exactly why he got in. It's because of his last name. He said if his last name wasn't Sanders, we wouldn't be arguing. Yeah. No, not you. What Deion said. He said if my name, if Shedeur's last name wasn't Sanders, he wouldn't be getting in. Nobody would be talking about it.
I think Coach Prime is trying to say that
that's the point.
If his last name wasn't Sanders, no one would really care about this, and it would just be another guy getting his number retired. And he's trying to say, like, well, because nobody's tripping about Travis. And the way that a lot of people heard it is, well, yeah, of course he wouldn't get his number retired because he's only getting it because he is your son.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So, like, that's why I brought it up, is there's the way people heard it and the way that they're taking what he said, and then what he said, which is coming from his perspective. I think his perspective and the way people heard it they're different. And I'm hearing it from both sides. So, like, I'm right there, like, okay, I hear what Coach just said, and I'm actually hearing the fact that everybody heard it like this too, because how can you not hear it like that? He's the one that brought it up. It's really,
I get a Heisman. I
bet you he wouldn't say that again if he could take that one back.
Yeah, because it goes against him a little bit more, I think, than it favors him in this one. Because everybody's going to say, well, if he
look, here's another question.
He wouldn't get in.
If okay, this was done correctly, and look, it's not as if Hagan and Stewart's name aren't up in Folsom. They are on the right side of the stadium, but that's not the left side. It's different, okay? If Cordell and Hagan and Sal, if all their numbers were in the Ring of Fame in Boulder, would it be okay for this to happen like this? I think Shedeur's obviously one of the best players to ever don a uniform there. I think he's the best quarterback to ever play at CU, and I still feel like that. I've said it in the past. Obviously, Travis won the Heisman and every award known to man. That's not really a debate. If all those guys were up and they actually had a real Ring of Fame, would this be an issue at all?
I don't think it would be.
It's just another hypothetical. It's just an guys.
Actually, I asked that question, Smitty, though, and I don't. The guys that we're talking about do not agree with you, Smitty. They actually still think it's a problem. Yeah, because the points they make are valid. Like, number one, let's see what you do first. See, the thing is, we're not really questioning the fact that you can put him in. Not Travis, at least. It's how fast you did it. It's no cool down period. Like, this is the problem about this thing. So that's why if those guys were in there, they said they would actually be more pissed that you put them in faster. Because let's see the cool down period. Let's see the deserve. Is it deserving? Is it what's going to happen after? You don't just put them right in. They don't want to be up in the rafters, Matt, and you might agree or disagree. Like Darian was like, I don't want to be in the rafters with someone that fast that I don't know shit about, that hasn't gone to a natty, won a conference title, won fucking this. Like Darian finished 5th in the Heisman, won a natty, went to 2, won 3 conference titles, and he's not in there? Like that's – and then and he said this, Matt, if I was in there, I want to be with legends. Like, that's what the Hall of Fame is. That's why you retire guys. You don't just retire anybody.
But to Matt's point, though, and again, agree or disagree, Shedeur, worst case, I think we get it. And tell me if I'm wrong, man, because obviously you know the history of your school. Worst case, he's a top 5 quarterback in Colorado history. Is that fair to say?
There's no doubt that he deserves to have his number retired and all that stuff.
Hold on. Let me. I don't want to interrupt you. Yeah. But I don't want to interrupt you guys. We're not retiring. We're not retiring just quarterback.
Like, maybe they need to change this fucking narrative. We're not retiring.
Why is it a quarterback discussion? Why is this just a quarterback discussion?
It's being the numbers being immortalized or something, but we still wear it.
Hey, Matt, why is this a quarterback discussion? It's not. It doesn't matter if he's number 1.
It's just a great player discussion.
This is a retirement number, meaning the greatest players in the school's history. We're not ranking the quarterbacks. Are we going to retire every fucking quarterback then? Like,
you can't retire every number. You won't have enough numbers to operate, bro.
Hey, because Mike McChesney made a great point, Matt. Your boy, our boy, Mike McChesney's like,
Mike McChesney, that's my dog.
You better retire Coy fucking Deppner then. And I was like, oh, shit. I forgot about that one.
He's
like,
one of the lost men of Colorado history. A great quarterback.
Think about it. Then Coy Deppner better be fucking
he played for like 15 years.
Like Coy Deppner better be retired. Like, are we just retiring quarterbacks? Like, that's the thing.
Like Matt made an earlier point saying that, like, it ain't Deion's fault for what happened before he was there either, though.
No, look. This is my kind of point. This is the narrative I want to change. There is no fault.
Right.
As a player there, never once do I ever remember having the conversation or having a conversation with coaches, players, the AD, anytime where you were like, how do you get your number retired on this side?
Right.
That side wasn't even there until 2003. The only numbers that were up there were old school cats that played in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And then they put Rashawn's number up after he passed, and it was 20 years later, and he won a Heisman. It was never no one ever asked the question, honestly. The other side, it's known that if you're on the field house side and your number's up there, which is a ton of players, a ton of greats, okay, a lot of those guys we already talked about, you're a consensus All-American or an award winner, okay? So that was the standard on that side, I guess. The standard has changed, and That's okay. That's okay. But there needs, and this sucks now because now, even if there is an effort to push for the past, now it's going to be like, oh, well, everybody had to raise a stink. People won't just be happy about it. Now they'll start talking shit. If they do something, it'll be because everyone pressed for it and they didn't really want to retire people's numbers. And if they don't do anything, it'll just continue this cycle of hate. So I'm hoping that CU does the right thing and Rick George decides to maybe start honoring guys at games and homecoming and things of that nature, just like they do in the NFL all the fucking time, and they do around the country at other schools pretty regularly from what I see. So
yeah,
again, we can't just do retired numbers though, or you won't have any more numbers, bro. We've got to figure out a way to just like the weight of the number and honoring the players that played in that number before you. The same way that I had Hannibal on my show yesterday, great CU linebacker, war number 8, Sal Alessi, the great Sal Alessi died, war number 8. He knew the weight of that number. He knew what he was wearing.
San Diego. Yeah.
So I don't know. I hope that people can move forward off of this, but at the same time, I know people just love that hate, bro. And they just
I want to be clear here because there's prime sexuals in the chat that are just that they can all just eat a dick and fall on it. I could give a fuck less. Fuck you, prime sexuals. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. Aaron Talbert.
We're cool, prime sexuals, man. We're all buffs.
Yeah. Joseph Caldwell, you fucking nobodies. I got homies who got fucked in this retirement of Jersey thing. I got homies who got fucked. You don't know them, motherfuckers. You have no fucking idea. Matt Elise is an alum there, played there, and is an insight there. I defend Matt on this show. I go against Matt on this show. We have debates. But the prime sexuals, I will never agree with you fucks. That none of you know Dion. There's only 2 people on the show in here that actually know him right now. And none of you are it. I'm just trying to figure out why you fucks have so much investment in a motherfucker you don't even know. You don't even know. You fucking dick riding fucking prime sexual fuck boys.